know, making the choice. Yeah.
Okay, I'm recording. Oh wait, I gotta restart my.
Thank you. So if everyone who's playing can turn the camera on.
Jesse, Connor.
Did you put out any rules, like roles document or anything?
Nope, we're still waiting on that.
No, I will explain.
Okay.
Well, lottery. We don't know what's in.
Oh, Connor's not playing. Okay.
Who doesn't have their camera on?
We're 18 right now, though.
Wow. This is the first full game then.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. We have we had 17 several times, but never 18.
Can everyone give me a thumbs up if you got a roll? Awesome. Awesome. Good.
And now we go to sleep.
Now I go to sleep, and I will not tell you anything about the game. I will just let it run. There might be werewolves, there might be not.
Are we all tanners?
I was cheering for Germany, Andreas. You can tell me.
So we have in the game, because the higher ups in the UEFA have decided we have to have one in every game. A hunter, classic hunter. You get killed as a hunter, you can take someone with you. There will be a seer, a plain old normal seer, just like in the good old days. There will be a so-called prepared bodyguard. So I will wake up the bodyguard every night, and the bodyguard can decide to either protect someone or say, no, I want to prepare for the next night. And then next night, this bodyguard can protect 2 people if they then choose to use the protection, or they can prepare even more and protect 3 people on the night. That's the maximum they can do. So they can either gamble on having more protectors in one night or get the defenses out whenever they have them. We have also the crazy man. The crazy man can at any point during the game say, I am the crazy man, and I like carnage, and I will kill someone in the village. If they killed a werewolf, great. If they didn't kill a werewolf, they also die. So, for example, if Josh is the crazy man, decides to kill Joseph, contrary to public belief, is not a werewolf, both Joseph and Josh die. If Joseph was a werewolf, then only Joseph dies, and everyone can congratulate Josh on his perfect mission.
Can they do that just one time or multiple times?
That's only one time. Okay. The crazy man will be exhausted after he has done that.
So if Alex is the crazy man, does he have to wait until the game starts to use his ability?
Yeah, we have to start until I wake you up for the first day, and then Alex can go. And
sorry, Alex.
There will also be a village fool. The village fool can't tell anyone that he or she is the village fool. If you vote the village fool out, the village fool will not die. I will just say nothing happens. There is also on the village team a spellcaster. A spellcaster every night chooses one person, and this person can, on the next day, only say one sentence. I carry this one over from our wonderful legacy games. That's very nice. I prefer that to the silencer, because there's still one important sentence you might say during the day.
Don't kill me.
So the fool is just like the prince, right?
The fool is a little bit like having like 2 lives. Why is that important? Coming to the werewolf rules, there is a number of normal werewolves. There will also be a tough werewolf in the game. Make of that what you will. There will be a werewolf hunter and a wolf cub. Those are all the rules in the game. It's quite straightforward. Yes, Jerry?
With the sentence that the person has to say, do they get to choose a sentence, or is that a predetermined
they
sentence?
can say whatever they want. They can't just not. It just has to be one sentence. If you keep waffling on with trying to keep getting as much commas into the sentence as you want, at some point I will just cut you off.
Have you not heard of the game Just a Minute? We put some practice with this.
I'm a cruel god. I wouldn't allow that. Brandon, you have a question?
Yeah. Do you have to speak that one sentence, or could you remain silent? if
You
thought
can
that
plead the
was a-
fifth and not say anything if you so chooses. You can also throw away your sentence and just say, I think Sonia is weird, and that's it. Whether it's part of the game or not, fully up to you.
And
Just
is
for
that
the
for the-
record, I don't think Sonia is weird.
No, Sonia is obviously awesome.
I do.
So,
I'm just.
Is that sentence for the rest of the game or just that day?
Just for the day. Just
Okay.
for the day. You can use it at any point. If you get nominated, you have the sentence. If you have spoken the sentence before you've got nominated, you don't get another sentence during your defense. So if you just say, please don't nominate me, and they still nominate you, that's it. Then it's just your charming eyes that can save you. Elliot,
And I assume you can use your sentence to nominate someone.
you can do that.
I
Ed?
nominated someone shouts in between.
Yeah, that's basically it. We just have the normal 3-minute nomination sentence. I will have an eye on the clock during the day. I don't set like a maximum, but if I feel the day is dragging on, I will call nominations until at some point I say, everyone fell asleep because it got boring, and then you fall asleep. Good. If there are no more questions,
Is there no lichens or cursed?
sorry,
Is there any lichens or cursed?
there are not any lichens, nor are there cursed.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
I thought we'd keep it like super simple in that
So-
regard.
I can close chat. Nice.
Yeah. Goodness, then I got just something I have to add.
It's like almost a bog standard werewolf game. How are we going to do this?
So who else is in the running for participating in every Werewolf Cup game so far?
I'm in everyone so far.
Same.
So far I am, but I think I'm missing one this weekend.
This is my first one.
This
Yeah,
is-
I missed the first one.
I had to
I've been in-
miss Jess.
I've been in everyone, but I modded one, which I think is Elliot. You modded one, right?
Is there any
That's
sort
a
of points
participation in
metagaming?
it.
Yeah, it counts. It counts.
Yeah,
Dokie.
Because Kate, sorry.
If everyone is happy, has their beverages at their side, and sharpen their teeth, I will put you all to sleep. Please go to sleep, everyone. Welcome to this game of the Werewolf Cup. I hope it will have a better end than the Germany game earlier. You're lucky that I'm not in the game. I would have been very bloodthirsty, especially if you have a baguette in the background or something. But for now, we let's go and start with the werewolves. My werewolves, wake up, please. You see that many. See at each other, wave a bit. Yeah, if everyone saw each other, good, perfect. Please go to sleep. Can I have my bodyguard wake up? Just so I see that you got your role. You don't get to use your power or charge today, but just so that I saw you. Nice, please go to sleep. Can I have my seer, please? Seer, wake up. You get a check on the first night. You get your check. Up for a werewolf, down for not a werewolf. Thank you very much. Please go to sleep. Da-da-da. Just writing this down so I know who you checked. And can I have my spellcaster, please? Spellcaster, who do you want to give? Thank you very much. And that was everyone for the first day. Please, everyone, wake up. I will let you know that Lucas has only one sentence. I'm sure your lovely girlfriend will appreciate you not talking a lot during the day. So that was really, really awesome by the spellcaster. If you would like to start your conversations, you can do so now.
What type of voting system, Andreas?
The normal three votes. So nomination second, and then 3 times you have the chance.
The first thing I thought was, do we think that there are more werewolves than usual since there's no lichen or curse that can change into a werewolf?
Potentially, I think so, yeah.
And Seer gets
Maybe about 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
6, Lucas? 6 would be harsh.
It would be exactly 1/3.
Lucas, how many fingers did you hold up? How can you tell us just how many?
He's silent. Oh shit.
The reason I said 5 rather than 6 is, don't forget, you've got a wolf cub, which gives the werewolves an extra kill. You've got a tough wolf, which means we've got to kill an extra person.
So 5, yeah, would make a little bit more sense to keep it more balanced, I guess.
Yeah, if it's 6 with a wolf cub and a wolf hunter, we've got a very slim chance.
And the fool can only die at night, yeah? By the werewolf, yeah?
The fool can be killed at night, yes.
Yeah.
The fool only get like their second chance if they're getting voted out by the village.
And presumably 3rd and 4th chance, right? If we're trying to kill the tough wolf and we mistakenly think it's the fool, we could keep killing them multiple times and they wouldn't die, right?
Yeah.
So you can't vote the fool out as much as you try it. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be a bit foolish to try and kill them a 3rd time, wouldn't you? We got no data
the realm of possibilities.
Wouldn't put it past Graham.
That would be like that Alex's Trick Room game where you guys kept trying to kill Jugan like 100 times.
Was that 100?
Like 100 or 200, I can't remember.
Oh, but you were flying under the radar.
Who was flying under the radar?
When from the game, you said you were flying under the radar the whole time.
So, Chris R., are you happy with your role?
I won't answer that as usual because that's a stupid question.
It's a good question. I think you look happy, so I assume you're a wolf. So.
I'm not. I'm happy to play. That's all there is to it.
So, Elliot, who's the other wolves except you and Chris R?
Well, there's Joseph as well, obviously, as you know.
So, did you see me when we woke up together?
Yeah, I saw you awake. This is bizarre. Can we get back to playing werewolf?
I think it's quite effective. Carry on, Joseph.
I'm gonna say
I am not delicious. The new thing that's going to be on your Zoom meetings, Flick.
I figured I might change it again because today it was like, please don't eat me werewolves, and I literally hopped into a funding meeting for like a really big project I'm doing. And I looked at the thing and I went, I was like, I need to change this because like everybody's starting to do introductions, and I realized they're going to come along, and I haven't met some of these people before, so they're going to come across the Zoom name and be like. So I was like trying to quickly change it. It wasn't even supposed to be in Zoom, it was supposed to be in Google Meetings, and then we were having tech issues because like I've had nothing but tech issues all day.
Caitlin,
we have a time limit.
Sonia is a werewolf? Is Caitlin muted? I think it's...
No, I don't think she is. I'm just choosing not to talk right now.
Are you the bodyguard, Caitlin?
Joseph.
They had
red-handed.
Joseph's just trying to get people to come out. What is up with that, Joseph?
Yeah, I think that's more fun.
Gotta stir some up.
It's not that
Everyone liked
exciting.
Joseph.
Day one.
Joseph, are you the wolf cub or the wolf hunter?
No. Why did? Okay, that's interesting. So you didn't ask me if I was a tough wolf. Is it because you're the tough wolf, Elliot? So you know
No,
it's
it's
already
because
taken.
it looks like you want to
You
die.
know it's already taken. That's it, right?
I'll nominate Joseph. He's asking too many suspicious questions for me.
Yeah.
Joseph is nominated. Can I get a second?
I'm really suspicious. I'm not just talking about like outside the
There is
game
a second
stuff
one.
or how many wolves there are.
Brandon. So Joseph is on the chopping block. Dugan, do you want to explain your nomination?
He was asking Caitlin if they're a bodyguard. You usually don't do that if you're a villager team. You're trying to flush out the bodyguard if you're a werewolf by doing that. Well,
Brandon, why did you second that?
Just for my ego, really, because I'm gonna feel really stupid if Joseph and Elliot are up here talking as if they're werewolves, and then they play out the entire game. We don't do anything, and they end up winning. I'll just be, my ego will just be.
That would have been really cool, actually. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it.
Joseph,
Right.
what do you say to all of this?
Well, I love Jugan's logic. It's so good. It's amazing. And I think Chris is highest on my Chris R highest on my suspicion list. I think Brandon is good. I think Victoria is good. These are my like initial guesses. I think Graham is good. I don't know about Elliot, but it's interesting because Brandon was the first one to ask like how many wolves do we think there are. That's usually a villager saying that because he's thinking about that, like how many wolves could it be in the game. A werewolf doesn't need to think about that; they already know. However, Elliot jumped on that and started talking about that, which means Elliot has an interest to show that he is a villager. Hey, I'm on the good side. I also want to talk about how many wolves there are. So I think Elliot is suspicious, and I think Chris R is suspicious.
Question there from Elliot, I think.
Yeah, I just want to say, Joseph, isn't your normal tell that when you try and get me killed day one, that means you're a werewolf?
That's like 6 months old meta. Come on.
It still works.
No, it's nothing personal, Elliot. It's just that you were the one that jumped on the train to talk about how many werewolves there are.
Okay, I saw Graham first.
Joseph, this is more a personal question. Is this the first day one where we trust each other?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, and then I saw Lucas earlier. Lucas, do you want to use?
Oh yeah, use your sentence, Lucas. Come on.
I just wanted to say I actually have missed Elliot and Joseph's interaction because it's so long ago.
If they don't kill, but if you don't kill me now, then you wasted your sentence for the day, Lucas.
It's, if you say something from a place of love, it's never wasted.
Yeah, no,
Eddie,
that's true. That's true.
your question.
Joseph, out of interest, I mean, I've heard Graham speak now, but you said Graham's good, but how did you come to that conclusion, considering he's not spoke since the day started?
Well, most people in here haven't said anything, so I'm just going by looking at people and then basically gut feeling, which usually that's correct when I do that. Problem is I never stick to it. And like 3 days later, like in game days, I totally forgot about my day one suspicions and I end up trusting the werewolves. So yeah.
Okie dokes. With that, we go on a vote on Joseph. Up to save, down to kill in 3, 2, 1, go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, which is not enough, and the day continues.
I love that. The two
Who else voted down then? Josh, Dugan, Jerry.
I voted down because I didn't.
Elliot.
His defense was
Jugan's
lackluster.
logic, in Jugan's logic, I am a werewolf, so it makes sense that he votes down. I don't blame him.
Elliot, you did, yeah.
Flick, what do you
Graham
think?
did try to get us back on target, so he did say something. He wasn't completely silent, just by the way.
I voted down because even before Brandon said about the bodyguard thing, the way Joseph said about Chris R. So that's why we're done. That's why I voted down.
Caitlin looked a bit annoyed, and she's annoyed when she's the bodyguard. It's an old meta joke. It had nothing to do with the actual game.
Before we proceed, Zonia, are you trying to say something and your microphone is not picking you up? Yeah.
Can't hear.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Sonia.
Oh. So let's just wait a moment for her to.
Still can't hear you.
We still can't hear you.
Can you hear us?
She was also spellcasting.
I was going to comment on how quiet she
That's when you have to broadcast from all those stadiums all over the world. Technical failures will happen.
If you can't fix it, try joining with your phone and use your phone as a microphone.
Can anyone lip read?
Only if the swear words.
Well, Sonia figures it out. I think there's a bunch of other people we still haven't heard from.
I want to hear from Josh. I want to hear from Josh.
Yeah, that's fair. I voted down on Joseph because he mentioned he trusted Graham and Caitlin. And one of the things I noticed that like they both put their thumbs up early on before Joseph gave much of a defense, which means they already had in their minds how they were going to vote. So I think that's something a werewolf would probably do. So
I didn't notice
or
that.
it's also something someone would do who didn't like the nomination and wanted more discussion in the day. So
it was the first nomination.
Yeah, so I was prepared to vote
First
up regardless.
nomination, so you kind of want to get a bit more information.
Also didn't realize we were going to do questions either, so I just forgot about questions.
You okay, Flick? How are things going?
I'm just thinking. I have no paper, so I'm taking down notes in Word. And I've got a lot of notes for the start of this game, which I don't know, could be good or bad. I think we might be focusing a bit on some people a bit more than we should, though.
Sonia, is your sound working now?
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yay!
Okay. Well,
That's perfect.
I plugged some stuff up into my laptop, hoping to make it a little bit better, and so I got to figure stuff out. But I can't figure out about Joseph. I can't figure out if he's relaxed because he's a werewolf, and because he has nothing to do, or if he's just a plain villager because he's very relaxed today. So that's what I was just not sure of. Joseph, I'm thinking you're probably a werewolf, but I don't know.
I've also got rolled down Joseph relaxed.
I'm
Now I have played with him relaxed, and he was a villager. So I'm just saying. I want to give you the benefit.
That's why I said hunter or cub, a role where they don't mind too much if they die.
Because you're the tough wolf, right?
I mean, Joseph and Elliot going back and forth is normal. That's not a big deal. But
If that doesn't happen, then it's suspicious.
I do appreciate Joseph getting the ball rolling on day one to try and get people talking. So
yeah, we need to get out of the loop.
Yeah.
The loop of
You know what really would get the ball rolling? A second nomination.
Yeah, I'll nominate Elliot. Let's
nomination for Elliot. Can I have a second for that?
Sure, I'll hear it.
Okay, there is a second from Josh. Elliot is nominated. Joseph, tell us your wisdom behind the nomination.
No, it's just a guess, but he asked me, are you 2 out of 3 things, which could be that he is the 3rd thing, and that's why he didn't ask about that. But it could be totally wrong as well. I don't know.
Okay, Josh. Why did
I wanted to hear a defense, and even if I'm suspicious of Joseph, I think his logic of Elliot asking 2 out of 3 wolf rolls actually does make sense. But I want to hear a defense from Elliot.
So, Elliot, everyone wants to hear your defense. Let's go.
Friends, villagers, countrymen, lend me your ears. No, just to get straight into it, the 2 out of the 3 is, for me, Joseph is playing a fast and loose game. It could be he's a villager simulating discussion. It could also be he's got a role where he's decided it doesn't matter if he dies. I do not think a tough wolf would play a fast and loose game, which is why I said what it is. He's also, on a number of occasions before, uses the fact that he can play off it's just Joseph and Elliot to try and throw me under the bus when I'm a villager without that looking suspicious on him. I mean, if he was a villager, I mean, he's occasionally less focused and plays a bit loose, but normally when he's a villager, he has a bit more interest in hearing where discussions go and letting things develop than just going after someone immediately. Caitlin?
Is there a possibility that both you guys are villagers? Somebody want to ask that.
There is. There's not the read I get off him, and I think there's a few other people who also don't have villager read off of Joseph. I also would point out that I wasn't the one who went after him.
Elliot, are you going to say anything about yourself in your defense, or just talk about me for 2 minutes?
Anyone not a werewolf want to ask me a question?
Gary?
Elliot, do you find it suspicious that both you and Joseph, in your defences, at any point did either of you say, I'm on the village team or I am a villager?
I don't normally say I'm a villager if you listen to my defences. I give the information I think is relevant. I mean, sometimes if I want to say what my role is, I've often given a defence where I just say my role and then finish talking. If my defence is based around something else, I start with what it's based around.
You didn't answer the question if you're on the village team or
I'm on the village team. I obviously am. There's only 2 teams in this game. It's not. It doesn't tell anyone anything to say I'm a villager.
But I had to prompt you to get you to say that.
Okay. If there are no more questions about Elliot or how loose Joseph is, we go on a vote on Elliot, up to save, down to kill, second vote of the day in 3, 2, 1, go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 down, which is enough to kill poor Elliot. Elliot is dead, and Elliot was indeed on the village team. Everyone, please go to sleep. Good. Everyone is now silenced. Can I please have my bodyguard wake up? My bodyguard, would you like to use your ability, or would you like to prepare yourself for a future night? Who would you like to use it, if you want to use it? Thank you. Please go back to sleep. Can I have my werewolves? My werewolves wake up. Who would you like to feast on your first night? Okie dokes. I will go with that. Can I have, now that the whales are all asleep, my seer wake up? Seer. Thank you. Up for wolf, down for villager. Please go back to sleep. Spellcaster. Spellcaster. Who do you like to spellcast? Okie dokie. We'll do that right away. Thank you very much. Now everyone can wake up. With everyone, I mean everyone but Eugen, who has died during the night. And spellcasted has been Jesse. So you have 1 sentence. Make good use of it. And the day begins.
Was Jugan a villager, or are you not telling that information?
Well, there's no night killing rules.
Yeah, there's no night kills, is there?
I wonder if because I started out on like 0 points because I haven't played before, and then I got minus points for having Adam as a background, and now I nominated a villager that got killed, so I must be. I wonder how low you can go, like if you can.
Let's not try to find out.
Try it out. Limbo.
And it looks like you're dragging Graham with you because you trust Graham. So
I trust Joseph. Joseph's fine. I think Elliot and Joseph were villagers going after each other. I'm much more suspicious of the people that jumped on Joseph's logic, like Jerry and Josh.
I actually really honestly believed Elliot was bad because especially in his defense, because he didn't talk about himself at all.
I didn't. I just didn't think he was adding any value to the village. So,
but like Elliot is a minion though. So
that's true. He's a minion, so I should get points. Adam, I should get points for.
But Elliot tries to reason things out though in his defense. So he doesn't usually just come out and say, well, yes, he does sometimes. Yeah, that's true.
But Jerry, I must ask you, like the thing with like saying you're a villager, like isn't that like pretty much pointless at this stage? Because anyone would just say that, hey, I'm on the village team. Like it doesn't mean anything anymore.
No, the logic behind it is, as a werewolf, you might forget to say it, and as a villager, it's the only thing you can say. That's the logic usually behind it.
First thing you should say.
Yeah, I thought he was a villager, but I did vote down because his defense was a bit drony and it just prolonged a little bit. And I felt, when he started, I thought definitely villager, but as it went on, I thought potentially could be a wolf.
I was thinking about probably a villager, but we're not going to get anywhere if we have to keep listening to this. So he might as well die because I didn't have any better suspicions.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the fool. Like the fool can't come out with their role, but the fool is negative to the village, right? Because we're just going to waste time, and then we're going to start suspecting that person is a tough wolf and so on. So it's good if at night it would be good if the fool dies, right, for the village. Am I
sure?
Yeah.
So the fool could come out as the seer or something, so the werewolves kill them. Because they can't come out as the fool, but they can come out as another role.
Yeah, but the problem is, what if the seer counterclaims because he thinks it's...
No, but now that we talked about it, that's...
Yeah.
Somebody the fool again, because I'm not sure I understand that role completely. What's the fool again?
So the fool is
during the day.
Yeah, you can't vote the fool out because everyone has sympathy for the stupid person in the village. But the fool can be killed at night. And the fool cannot say that they're the fool because nobody wants to claim that they're the fool, apart from Alex.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Basically, the fool could say, hey, I'm the seer. That way...
Joseph, are you the seer?
No, I'm not, sadly.
But what happens if the fool comes out as the fool? Andreas, will you not kill him?
That would actually be good for the village.
I know, that's why I'm asking.
No, that would be cheating. I would find another brutal way to punish the...
Okay.
He's just going to kill the seer if that happens.
David, just not heard you talk. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, nothing too strong. I think Joseph is good. I believed him yesterday. I think he's just plain villager, probably just more relaxed. I am unsure about Sonia. I'm leaning towards not trusting Sonia, but I'm not sure either. And then Victoria and Josh are the top two on my suspicion list.
Yeah, I was kind of on Josh, but I think I'm good with Josh now. I've got, I don't know, probably
I can understand Victoria.
Yeah, I've probably got about 2.5 reads, I think. I feel bad because he's kind of silenced. Sorry, Jesse, but I feel suspicious of Jesse's behaviour first day, just because he was a bit reserved and he was, I don't know, he's normally pretty vocal and he pretty much didn't say anything, and he just seemed like he wanted to just distance himself from the game a bit.
Maybe he felt bad.
Joseph, I could potentially jump on your Chris R. read as well. When you kind of like challenged her.
Depends on if you want to get up points or down points.
Yeah, truth. And then I don't know. I'll leave my half read because I'm not sure on that one at all.
What's a half read?
It's kind of like it's kind of like potentially could be another bad for me, but I'm not fully on that yet.
Victoria, what's up?
I don't feel good about Eddie.
Why?
What?
Yeah, why?
Because you said that Joseph, you trusted him, but then you voted down because, or not Joseph, sorry, Elliot. I don't even remember why you said you voted down, but it just kind of didn't make sense why you even came out and said that, especially when like it was the second vote of the day.
Yeah, well, it's like I did think he was a villager, but then as he carried on talking, like he was just doing himself no favors. He was just droning on and on and on, like I think a lot of people felt, which led me to think, yeah, I potentially could vote him down because he's sounding a bit like a werewolf now. So that's why I voted down on him.
You were the deciding vote, Eddie.
I have a I have a question. As a rookie that's still getting used to this, so in general, what do you people believe, like people that remain quiet usually, do you think is more because they are werewolves and they're trying to stay out of the fray, or because they have significant roles and they can't risk being a target?
Depends on where.
Yes.
It depends on the person. Some people tend to be very quiet, and that that's not necessarily a tell. Like, I think Ned's usually quite quiet when Ned plays. Adam is sometimes quite quiet.
It depends. Like, if I was quiet for a whole day, then I'm probably the adventurer as a mission to
Some people are quiet because they're outside and it's windy.
Yeah.
That's a convenient excuse, Alex.
Yeah. Sorry, Jesse, you've just done something that puts you off my bad list. You were very quick to jump on that reason for not being kind of like bad. Very quick to jump on the fact is that, I'm
Jesse is definitely a werewolf. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I have no idea.
Jerry, if you were a hunter, who would you shoot?
I would shoot Graham.
Oh, that's not helpful.
But did you ask Lucas?
I didn't ask Lucas.
Oh.
Thanks for the input.
But I'm not silent, so.
No, honestly Joseph, I think. And I know that everyone's going to hold the Joseph thing, but it was way questioned Caitlin, his way he went and said about Chris, the way he went after Elliot, and it's just like lots of little things, and he still didn't say he was villager in his defense. So yeah, that's
I will say, like, that's just a running joke between Joseph and I. For those who don't know that, that's like from October running joke, just so people who don't know.
You think what would be
Easy
great?
to
Giving
hide
more
behind.
defenses.
Because Caitlin's not in the game that often, that's the thing.
It's easy to hide behind jokes.
So, Chris A., are you a werewolf?
I'm not a werewolf. I'm a villager.
You don't have that power, Joseph. Only I have that power.
I've seen a lot of games by now. When I heard, I thought his phrase now sounded honest.
I mean, I think we can try the same. Jerry, are you a wolf?
Nope. I am a plain villager, and I'm actually really happy about that.
Jerry, do you feel like giggling and blushing and?
She's been
Blushing,
talkative.
me.
Jerry has been talkative, so.
Yeah, Jerry's probably good. Which also confirms why she's going after me.
Someone for you.
I'll nominate Josh.
Hey, I was trying to nominate this entire time, Daily.
I want points. I want points.
Minus, you mean? Okay, Josh is probably good because Joseph seconded. Andreas, there's been a nomination.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything, sorry.
I didn't hear anything either. Just
Alex nominated Josh.
Caitlin is trying to say something.
Who seconded?
Joseph.
Joseph. Okay.
Well, you'll have plenty of opportunity.
Can you explain why you nominated Josh?
Yeah, he's the top of my list right now because he was the first one to jump on the Joseph's logic against Elliot that I didn't think made any sense. I thought Joseph made that in earnest, but I thought Josh was using it as, a werewolf trying to get out a, easy person. Elliot's always easy to, get out first day. And that's kind of why. And then other reads that I've had during this day, but main reason.
Okay. Why did you second him?
Yes, I put a lot of money on Alex getting a high elo, so I have to support him now in the game. I lost so much money last game, so I'm trying to win some back.
Josh, defend yourself to that.
I think Alex should stick to bird watching. Seriously. So I am on the village team. I am a regular villager. I said why I voted down on Joseph. I voted down on Elliot because of what other people said. He was rambling. And so I didn't like it. My top suspicions right now, and I'm going to throw out 4 people: Graham, Caitlin, Chris R, and Jesse. So those are my 4 suspicions right now. Again, Graham and Caitlin, because they both did the thumbs, going to vote for Joseph. And as a werewolf in the past, I have kind of lost track of the game and, stuff like that too. And Chris R and Jesse, just because they both look very nervous, unsettled, and all that. So could be wrong, but you shouldn't kill me because I am a villager. So, and I want to hear who Caitlin wants to nominate. So that's another reason not to kill me.
Okay, is there any question? Sonia.
But Josh, how come you didn't say this before? Like, why are you waiting? Because usually you're more talkative. So why did you wait until now when you were nominated to tell who you were thinking of?
I mean, there's been good conversation back and forth. I don't feel like I have to talk every single day, and I want to give people another.
But you are a good help when you're a villager. So,
well, you all nominate me. You got me talking. So there you go. There's my suspicions. So.
Any more questions? If not, we vote on Josh. After save, down to kill in 3, 2, 1, go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down, which is not enough, is it? It's just on par. Lucky Josh, and the day continues.
Come on, guys. We need to get some more information before you start killing off people.
Yeah, we seem to be jumping.
If you give me a really suspicious person, I'm going to vote down on him. That's it.
I mean, it was good to hear who Josh was suspicious of. Who's Flick suspicious of?
So I'm with Josh in that Jesse and Chris R seem off. I'm not exactly happy with some of the things that Joseph's been doing, but then I haven't played with Joseph in a while, and I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm overthinking the whole meta type thing and whether or not this is something before. I did think Elliot was a villager. I thought we had a third vote there. So that's all. But I would say Jesse and Chris R would be there. I don't think Josh is on the list, which yay, Josh, because you're normally on my list. And
there's your confirmation,
Eddie,
Eddie's right there.
Probably good as well, because Eddie and I have been like on fire these last few games, and Eddie seems to be in the same feel as previous. So Jesse and Chris R, I think.
I can definitely agree with Chris R.
I want to say I'm a little nervous since at the beginning Joseph was like, "Oh, you're smiling, so you." This is not the first time that happened. That I'm smiling because someone made a joke, or I'm just enjoying playing. Then someone is, "Oh, you are smiling, so you must be a wolf because you like the role of a wolf." And since you said that, I'm like constantly in my head, "Oh my God, when I smile, do people maybe think I'm a wolf?" And it's much is messing with my mind.
I'm sorry.
Joseph only does this to mess with people. He wants to see a reaction.
Yeah, I want to see reactions, and I'm not sure about you. I think I'm just gonna say I am 95% sure that Flick is on the village team, though.
Yes, if it is true that when you're a wolf, you're not above throwing other wolves out to cast off suspicion to you, though.
That's not my MO. Like, that's Connor, and don't bring me into that. I don't think I ever done that. I did it like once, maybe, like all of our games.
I mean, I want to vote nominate Jesse, but is it bad etiquette? It's bad etiquette.
Oh, don't, please.
Kate, you don't have to do the actual nomination, but who were you suspicious of, or what were you going to say from earlier?
I'm going to nominate Victoria. I just didn't like after Eddie threw her name out there, and all of a sudden she came back and said Eddie right away. And I don't know, there's just a few other things she said that.
Okay, Victoria has been nominated and seconded by Davey. So, Caitlin, do you want to say any more about your nomination, or was that?
I think I said enough.
Okay, Davey, why did you second that?
I said from yesterday, Josh and Victoria are the top of my list. So we heard from Josh. I'd like to hear from Victoria.
Okay, dokes. Victoria, let's hear from you.
I don't know, that kind of surprises me that you said, I didn't even realize that Eddie mentioned my name, to be honest. I was suspicious of Eddie. I've been kind of like out of it, but I feel like I'm unsure about Flick, and I'd really like to know if Flick was a villager or werewolf, to be honest, but and I would say Sonia is the other person I'm kind of suspicious of right now, but I'm a villager. I don't really have anything else to say.
Any question, Graham?
Victoria, this may sound crazy, but I'm a man who likes carnage and I'd like to kill Davy.
Okie dokie. Graham is claiming he's the crazy man and wants to kill Davy. And Davy dies. But Davy is also a hunter. So Davy can take someone with him.
I'll shoot Caitlin.
And he shoots Caitlin. And Caitlin dies as well.
Wait, was Davy a werewolf?
Graham is alive, so
Looking
yes.
that Graham is alive, yes.
Good job, Graham.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I think that tells us Caitlin.
And given that
Yeah.
Davy killed Caitlin, it's safe to assume that Caitlin was not a werewolf.
Are you asking us to figure stuff out on our own, moderator?
Seems to be.
That's Layla.
Still nominated.
Yeah, are we going to vote on Victoria?
I had a question for Victoria.
Yeah, Lucas.
What do you think about Jesse?
I honestly don't know. I haven't really paid attention to Jesse yesterday, and today he's silent, so I'd kind of like to know, see him tomorrow, if that makes sense.
Do you think it's suspicious that so many people jump on him, or do you think they have good reads?
I'm kind of surprised for people's reasoning, because people have said things like him being nervous, which Jesse always looks nervous. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah.
Any more questions? If not, I will close. Joseph.
Yeah, so Victoria, did David second you, right?
Yeah.
All right. That doesn't have to mean anything, but it's interesting.
Okay. After this very eventful nomination, we vote on Victoria. Second vote of the day. In 3, 2, 1, go. There's 1, 2 down. That's far from enough. And we proceed with the day. You have 1 nomination left.
So Davy would.
So what Sonia said about Josh was exactly how I felt about Davy, except nobody was suspicious of Davy. I felt like
I was.
Good job,
I was.
Graham, by the way. We should
I was.
Yeah. Good job.
Which
I
is
was
good.
suspicious of Phoebe, but it didn't come up, so there's no need to say it.
I love that the first person I put down on my notes were Graham on the village, and he actually is on the village. So I hope I get some points for that.
No.
I can send you my notes, Adam.
You might just get a participation trophy, Joseph.
You know, Joseph, you are the famous fake note creator, so.
I need to catch up on 5 games, so I need to get score really high on this one.
So, Sonia, I'm a little bit suspicious of you. I'm not going to outright nominate you, but I'm a little suspicious because, one, because Victoria just said she was a little suspicious of you. And to me, I'm thinking she's more innocent now. And also, I think when Josh was up, who I'm also thinking is kind of safe now, you decided to question him when we were about to vote. So both of those things right now is giving me iffy vibes.
Why do you think Josh is safe now?
I think Josh is safe because Davey said he had 2 suspicious. One was Josh and one was Victoria. And since he turned out to be a werewolf, for him to throw Josh's name out there.
Both of them can be werewolves.
But I would also like to say that Davey was the one that threw suspicion on me first, and that kind of carried over. And so think about that.
Davey was one of the people that had the fewest suspicions on him, so he would be trying to get some credit as a wolf to last into the late game.
I'd also like to say that, one, I was suspicious of you, Sonia, before Davey said anything. But also, don't carry too much weight in my suspicions right now. I'm out of it, like I said.
Okay. Well, I'm not. Well, like I said, Sonia, I'm not outright nominating you. So, I mean, I'm just, kind of letting you know that's where my head is at right now.
Right. So we're just talking right now, and there's no roles that come out, they don't need to necessarily. And so I'm just trying to make my own deductions, and I play with Josh quite frequently. And so if that's something that I think about Josh, then, I just wanted to ask him for my benefit, basically.
At this point, I would like our last nomination to either be Flick or Chris. Not Flick if other people don't agree with me on Flick, but those are kind of like
Chris.
Yeah. Wait. Before we do any nomination, Josh, didn't you say your highest suspicion was Graham?
Yeah, I'm also of the opinion that I don't mind using my early suspicions to help village roles hide. Since Graham now came out with a role, and Caitlin said that.
Are you saying you thought he was a good role and you said he was suspicious to try to protect him?
No.
Okay, I nominate Josh. This is getting out of hand.
I second that.
He's a werewolf for sure.
Josh has been nominated and seconded. So Joseph, why did you do this?
He's a werewolf. It's obvious.
Alex, why did you nominate?
Same thing as Joseph.
Okay, Josh, you're obviously a werewolf. What do you say about that?
Well, I'm obviously not a werewolf, and Andreas, you at least know that. I wish the others would have, would trust me when I say it, but they're not. Yeah, I mean, I don't like how Joseph and Alex are coming after me. So y'all should remember that. If y'all kill me, I will be revealed as a villager. And y'all will have tons of time to talk about what goes on tomorrow. But y'all shouldn't kill me because I'm a villager. So there. It was a waste of a third nomination.
Jerry.
With your promise earlier when you said your four suspicions were Caitlin, Graham, Jesse, and Chris R. And two of them have turned out to be villagers. So I think that's what the issue is.
I was afraid that maybe Caitlin might have also been a role. I don't know for sure. But I feel like, she was acting suspicious, being quiet all the time. Again, with the thumbs up, like she already knew how she was going to vote. I find that a little bit suspicious. Or it's a role that is going to vote up no matter what. So.
Okay, Joseph.
What kind of wolf are you?
I'm not a wolf. I'm a villager, Joseph.
Victoria.
Do you think it might be kind of suspicious that I feel like we were going to nominate Chris R. third and Joseph jumped in on nominating you?
Joseph and Alex. I would like both those names put out there.
I saw Graham's and as well.
Nah, I lost it. I'm good.
Okay.
It's right there. I see it on the screen.
Good. With that, we go on to a vote. I will silence you all because we go to sleep. It's also very bold to assume, Josh, that I know anything about my own game. So I'm just as excited as everyone else right now. So voting up on Josh. Up to save, down to kill. 3, 2, 1, go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. That's not enough. And everyone goes to sleep. Well, some might say there was enough death already during the day in the village. So we will see what happens during the night. Can I have my bodyguard, please? Bodyguard. You can prepare for another night, or you can have 1 or maybe 2 protections today. What would you like to do? If you want to protect someone, give me the name/names. Okay, please go to sleep. Werewolves, you lost one of your own. Who would you like to take with you? Thank you very much. Please go to sleep. Sia, please wake up and make your pick for tonight. Up when you found a wolf, down if you found a villager. Please go to sleep. Spellcaster, who would you like to cast a spell? Okie doke. Please go to sleep. And we wake up. A beautiful, beautiful morning. and you find hanging off a tree the last few remains of Eddie, who has been eaten during the night. Everyone is in shock. There's a lot of talking, but not a lot of talking coming from Alex because he has been spellcasted. And the day begins.
Joseph, how many protections have you saved up?
Did I say that though?
I guess not.
Joseph, why did you jump in and nominate Josh?
Because I think I know what Chris is. Oh, but I think Josh is a werewolf, obviously. That's like the... I told you already.
By the way, if you're at some point going to say, I nominate Chris, please say which Chris you will nominate.
Oh, yeah, I mean, okay, sorry. So...
How many people have died?
5?
5.
And then how many werewolves have we killed?
1 werewolf and 4 villagers.
Okay.
Are you a werewolf, Brandon?
I'm not.
Lucas, we haven't heard from you since after you. I'm sorry, Brandon. After you get done, Lucas, we haven't heard from you since you were spellcasted. Brandon, go ahead. Sorry.
That's not true, but yeah.
I don't know where I was going. So Lucas can go ahead.
Yeah, so I actually wanted to nominate Chris out before Joseph said wait before nominating, and then he nominated himself. That's pretty sus for me. I mean, it's a bit unfair, Joseph, because you ask us to wait, then we wait, and if you had nominated, then you would have been upset.
You didn't need to second my nomination, if you know.
Or I didn't.
We didn't.
No, but you as a village, like.
We didn't as a village. Most of us voted up.
If
Alex
everyone
did.
agrees with Lucas,
you
then...
made a decision, and you're blaming the rest of the village for Alex.
So Joseph, I'm not saying you're a wolf or you're not.
No,
but,
I'm not a wolf. I think now I think Victoria's a wolf because she's jumping on this, trying to go after me now.
I'm not. I'm just telling you that we didn't make that decision.
Because Dave is second to Victoria, and a werewolf loves to second another werewolf. In case they die, they look good.
Can we move on? Jesse, do you want to talk about how you feel about everybody's suspicion on you?
So yeah, it probably doesn't look great for me because I feel like Eddie was really pushing on me, and the whole thing with the thumbs up about being quiet was agreeing with Brandon that it's 2 things, like people who have an important role or people who are trying to hide. I don't feel like I was quiet on the first day at all. I don't really know where that's coming from. My reads have been pretty bad so far. I had Caitlin, but I still have Josh as my number 1, which is why I've always voted down on him. I still don't see why so many people are clear on him. But I'm also suspicious of Alex because he thinks I'm a wolf and I am not, and usually has good reads on me, so that makes me suspicious. Also, a little bit suspicious of Flick for that same reason. On my good side, I have a lot of names. I have Graham, of course, Brandon, Sonia, Jerry, Eddie, and Victoria kind of in the middle. But my number 1 suspicion would probably be Josh, and then like Alex and Flick.
Am I right in saying that no other roles have come out?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I don't want to say anything. Never mind.
So we might have a seer that is either dead or in the villagers.
I'm pretty sure we have a spellcaster that's dead. Because I don't remember.
Alex is spellcaster, so there's still a spellcaster in play.
Okay.
So it's the other way around. I mean,
I think
pretty certain our seer's dead.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we have a seer that has 1 werewolf, like 2 cleared people that are still alive, they should
seer
come out.
died a couple days ago.
Did you kill them, or how do you know?
Yeah, I did, Joseph.
You think it was Jugan?
No.
I feel like it's...
No, because Jugan would check me night 1.
I think it was Caitlin.
By the way, that's very mean of you werewolves to kill Jugan. He's not been able to play with us in like a couple months.
I felt bad about that.
Yeah.
Oh, did you kill him, Jesse?
But I felt bad when he died right away.
Yeah, did someone else write
And
his name
Caitlin
down
too.
and
She
you
signed
just
up
said
for like
okay?
15 games. No, I didn't. I don't.
So it feels like there's 2 camps here. So either I trust Jesse, and that means that Victoria is also good and Josh is bad, or I turn around and start trusting Josh, and then all of a sudden Chris R is bad, But that means Lucas is good and Flick. I think Flick is good.
Don't understand what you just said, Joseph.
Yeah, I don't really get the good.
Honestly,
People who said their suspicions, there's like almost two camps up against each other. So Jesse is on one side, so Josh is on the other side, and then there's like a little following on each side.
So guys,
But this
I just want
doesn't
to
mean
say,
anything, actually.
so in case you think Jugan was the seer, then he nominated Joseph in the first day. And if you think Caitlyn is the seer, then she nominated Victoria. So don't forget that in case I die.
That's good to know, Lucas.
I think the reason.
I don't think Jugan was the seer.
Graham,
I didn't want to bring it up, but did people? I mean, everyone saw what happened. It's similar to what happened in that game where Lucas was the leprechaun. Jugan's camera was off within like a half second of the day
why
starting.
I didn't see that.
It was like immediately.
Right. So
No, I didn't see it.
That's bad.
Sorry, I hate pointing that kind of stuff out, but
I'm playing off of the dumb tablet, which I have to scroll. So
yeah,
I don't think
You're
you
saying
should have
that
said
Jesse actually gets you some points.
Jerry, what do you want to say, Jerry?
I just want to know where Graham's head, because at the moment he's absolute cleared villager.
Graham's the only cleared.
So I've been
100%.
resisting saying why I felt confident in Joseph day one, but when we got our roles, I got crazy guy and I had no idea what that was. And I thought, is there a rule sheet? What the heck's going on? And that's exactly what Joseph said when the roles were being handed out. So I wrote down Joseph is some new role.
Which role would that be, though? I don't know.
Either the fool or the special, but the prepare bodyguard, which is why I asked how many.
Well, if I'm the fool, you can't kill me, and
Exactly.
the werewolf should kill me at night. So,
which is why I'm saying I've trusted you. So that's where my head was at with that. With
that could also be why I'm so relaxed, right?
Exactly. Yeah, he's the fool. He can't die, so of course he's relaxed. Chris A and Jerry, I'm trusting at this point. Yeah, that's about as far as I've got.
I'm gonna nominate Chris R.
Okay, Chris R has been nominated. Is there a second? Yes, Sonia. So Victoria, give your reasoning, please.
I don't have anything to say.
Okay, more useless violence. Sonia, why did you second?
Oh, I just seconded just because I don't know much except for what you said to Joseph that first day. So to be honest, that's all what I know.
Okay, Chris R, apparently they just don't like your face. How do you respond to that?
Oh no. Anyway, I'm on the villager team, and as I said today, one thing was, oh, you're happy and smiley threw me a little off there, because then I was hyper focused on how I would look, and I was checking that was. I don't like that kind of stuff. Because I'm not only smiling when I have a role I like. There are many ways why I smile or why I not smile, but yeah. The things I think about the village would be also, I'm not sure about Flick. I think I trust Joseph by now, but I'm unsure about George. Victoria is kind of in the middle. I'm not too sure. Sonia, same. Also not too sure. I think I trust Lucas. Graham, obviously. Chris A seems to be under the radar a little bit. I don't know if that means anything. These are my thoughts at this point.
Okay, question, Jerry.
So just two questions, actually. So first one, when Victoria nominated you and then couldn't give a reason, do you find that a bit weird?
A little bit, but she did things like that often lately, so I'm not sure how to read that. So this is why she's in the middle of my sus list. I'm not sure.
Okay, the second question. Everyone's name that you've put sus is names that everyone else has gone and thrown out. So if you are Wolf, that's like a very leading way of sort of following the pack, metaphorically speaking.
I'm not sure. I don't remember people talking about Chris A.
No, the first you said about with Josh, because other people are suspicious, and
I mean sometimes those things match. I haven't talked much, and sometimes things just have been mentioned already.
Okay, Flick and then Joseph.
Yeah, I'm just seeking clarification in something you said. So at the start, you said about being hyper-focused on your face. Was that people were hyper-focused, or that you were hyper-focused on your face, as in like how you were presenting yourself? That could be two ways, and I just wanted
Yeah, I was focused on my face because I was suddenly paranoid that when I smile, people think I'm bad, and it threw me kind of off because of Joseph in the beginning. Joseph?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
sorry.
first of all, it was just, I'm just trying to get conversations going by saying that. So I don't know about you, but since I'm the fool, which I couldn't say if I actually were the fool. So yeah, that was my question.
Okay, with that, we go to the vote.
Sure, that's borderline cheating, Joseph.
Up to save Chris, down to kill. In 3, 2, 1, go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, which is just not enough. And the day continues.
Flick, what do you think of Jesse?
So Jesse has been on my list. I'm not quite happy with that last vote. I'm a bit hyper-fixated on the face presentation thing, but Jesse and Chris are both been on my list. So I did wonder about the whole Josh thing, because like the thing is, I think there was the Chris R versus me from Victoria, and I was sort of waiting to have that conversation, and then that completely got sidestepped by Joseph, which didn't really make sense. I felt like there was space and time to have that conversation, and I think it would have been important. So yeah, that's
Chris R, I voted up for you even though I seconded you, because I've had that happen too, to where I was excited to play the game and then I got voted out because of that. So I totally understand that. I just am still not sure. I just want to say that. But I really think Victoria's werewolf. I just really
I'm 50-50 on Chris. But I feel like I really didn't like how Victoria just threw her up without any reasoning. And I feel like Chris is the type of player that is naturally suspicious. So like she's so, if you're a wolf, she's a good person to put up to get out, kind of like how Jerry was. But I feel like she's kind of moving away from that like person. But I feel like Chris is like the person people just throw up and say, because I feel that, and for me, she's like almost impossible to read. Like I can't tell. Like she smiles a lot and people always point that out. I don't know. So that's why I'm still 50-50 on her, but based on like, no, I don't have any reason, like that's why I voted up.
I didn't say I don't have any reason. I said I didn't say I didn't have any reason. I said I had nothing I wanted to say because I felt like I already said what I wanted to say.
The previous day.
Okay, Brandon, do you have a question?
Yeah, how much time do we have?
There is no time limit. It's just as long as the day is moving nicely, I will let you talk, but I will call for nominations soon again.
Lucas,
Graham, what? I'm sorry, I was just gonna follow up real quick. Graham, who would you kill if you were the hunter?
Josh.
Lucas, what kind of werewolf are you? Are you some kind of special werewolf? Or are you standard?
I'm not a werewolf at all. And Josh wanted to say something before you asked.
No, I was shaking my head to Graham's like trying to kill me.
I think Lucas is a bit annoyed with me because he thinks I'm breaking the rules, and there's a reason why he thinks that. So I think Lucas is a werewolf, actually.
No, Graham, Victoria, what do you think about Flick?
I don't know how I feel, and that's why I want to either go for Chris or Jesse first.
I'll nominate Jesse.
Jesse has been nominated. Is there a second? Yes, there's a second for Victoria. Brandon, why would you like to see Jesse dead?
I trust Victoria.
That's Victoria, why. You've been trusted, so why do you want to see Jesse dead?
I think I've said what I wanted to say.
Okay, Jesse, with this elaborate accusation, what is it?
So the village should not kill me. It would be a bad idea. I am part of the village. It would be detrimental to the village to kill me because I am helpful to the village. I don't want to say too much, but it would not be useful to kill me. My number one suspicion is still Josh. as quiet as he's been, his name's been thrown around a lot. And I feel like when he is good and he is being accused, he's a lot more talkative than this. Unless, I don't know, he's still my number one. Well, see, I'm less suspicious of Alex, but that's because he hasn't said anything all day. But my second suspicion would be Flick. So
Okay, I think I saw Graham's hand first, then Victoria, then Brandon.
Jesse, if I were to say, let's say you live and say I were to nominate Chris, would you second it? Chris R.
I would let someone else second it. I would listen to her and possibly.
You don't want to lose points killing a fellow wolf?
I just don't feel strongly about Chris, so I'm not going to put my stamp on it, but I would listen and possibly vote down. I don't know. Again, I said I'm 50-50 on her. Who was the second question?
Victoria.
I was going to ask if you were suspicious of Fleck, but you answered my question.
Yeah, she would probably be my number.
Brandon?
This may not be wise of me, but you said it would be unwise for us to kill you. I'm leaning on killing you. So I would like to know your role, because we've killed 4 times as many villagers as werewolves at this point. And so, like, I feel like if you got some information out there, I'm gonna need that to sway, because otherwise I'm gonna vote down unless you come out plainly.
I say do whatever you got to do. Everyone can play how they want to play, but I can't. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm sorry.
I can solve this for you, Brandon, if I can do my question. So, Jesse, if someone, not necessarily you, just someone in general, is the tough wolf, and they get put up on the stand, wouldn't it be smart for them to say, like, oh, I can't really say what I am, but it would not be bad if you kill me and try to look like you're the fool? Wouldn't that be smart?
Sure, of course. Yeah. Yes, that would be something you would do.
Okay, last question from Lucas.
I had no question.
No, you're fine. Okay, good. Then we vote on Jesse. That's the second nomination of the day. I would like a third rather quickly after that, if you don't vote him out. In 3, 2, 1, go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 down. That's more than enough. And you kill Jesse, but he doesn't die. Please, everyone, go to sleep. Another day without kill. Bodyguards. That's your mission as well. Keep people from dying. Would you like to use whatever you've charged up? Thank you. Please go to bed. Werewolves, wake up and choose prey. Okay, I will go with that. Please go to sleep. Sia, please wake up and make your pick. This is your sign. Thank you very much. Please go to sleep. Spellcaster. There's another caster spell for you tonight. Who would you like to pick? Thank you. Please go to sleep. And that concludes the night. Please, everyone, wake up and be happy. Apart from Joseph, who has been spellcasted, and apart from Graham, who has died. Ha, what a twist.
So is the only way that Jesse could have survived there that he's a tough wolf?
Or a fool.
What does the fool do?
He can't die during the day.
Killed by the village.
The fool can't die during the day. They
Can
can
I
only
use
die
my
at night.
sentence to say that Alex is a fool for not noticing that in the rules explanation?
Good use of your signs.
Sorry?
Still got the spellcaster.
Did Brandon
reason I
nominate
asked-
Josh? Or
I
someone
nominate
else?
Yes.
We could talk a little. Okay.
Who was nominated? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Josh.
Josh was nominated by who?
Brandon.
Brandon. And Alex seconded. So Brandon, why did you nominate Josh?
Okay, so Josh, I actually had you in the clear, but at this point, I really don't know who to trust. The only person I could completely trust is Graham. You and Victoria are the other people I trust the most, but he didn't. And I thought I kind of explained pretty clearly why I did trust you, and he still didn't. And we know he's innocent. So that's why I'm nominating you, because I feel like he must have a suspicion on you for a reason. Even after that good defense you gave last time.
Okay. Alex, why did you second?
I'm 100% sure that either Jesse or Josh is a werewolf, and I'm 100% sure that either Victoria or Josh is a werewolf. So I'd like to cross the X in that axis off and get some information for myself. So let's do it.
Okay. Josh, your defense.
Oh, it's so interesting. I think I actually agree with Alex that between myself and Jesse, there's a werewolf. Between myself and Victoria, there's a werewolf. But you all aren't going to kill me. You wouldn't dare kill your spellcaster. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. If there are no... Oh, there's a question, Lucas.
So you are claiming you are the spellcaster, Josh?
I am. If you want someone the ability to counterclaim, keep me alive.
I trust Josh.
Okay. And let's vote on maybe spellcaster Josh. Up to save, down to kill. 3, 2, 1, go. Everyone believes you, Josh, and the day continues.
Yeah, so I will pretty much nominate Flick unless she can find a good defense.
Can we ask for a moment for if there's a spellcaster that's not Josh, could you come out?
We also like have a minute in the day.
Well, I've heard a pretty much nomination. Is there a pretty much second for that?
I nominate Flick.
I will third, but I will not.
Second.
No.
Okay, but we have a second and a third for Flick. So Lucas, why would you nominate Flick?
I'm still not sure if Jesse is the fool or the tough wolf, but I'm starting to believe Flick is not on the village side.
Okay, Jesse, why would you second the non-delicious Flick?
Because she's now moving into my number one suspicion if Josh is a spellcaster, which seemed like a weird late claim, but I feel like no one else is countering. And I just would like to hear more from her.
Okay, Flick, please give
Yeah.
your defense.
So I've been pretty clear on who I think the wolves are. I've made kind of like a decision to sort of like signpost for the village rather than like outright nominate people. I feel a bit like some of my name throwing around is possibly to deflect from wolves. You know, I've had notes at the start in regards to the whole Joseph thing. I think Joseph is probably fine. I thought Eddie was fine, and was quite disappointed with that. Because Eddie's been really on fire these last few games. So I feel like we have smart wolves, but you know, it's sorry, my back is sore at the minute, so like I've been shifting around in this chair. Like you have my information. I have taken like a decision recently in regards to taking a step back. If it gets me killed a couple of times in the game to change meta, I'm fine with that. I am enjoying playing. I'd like to stay, but I can appreciate like where this is coming from. I can see why the village would think this. It is a mistake. And I think when you kill me, if you kill me, then you should maybe think about who has been throwing sauce at me. And I will leave it at that.
Well, everyone enjoys an Andreas game. Do you have any questions to other parts to what she said? Lucas.
Flick, do you agree that you usually talk about dead players when you're a wolf instead of alive players?
In regards to the fact that I mentioned Eddie? I think the reason I mentioned Eddie is partly because I think it is relevant to the wolves that I have been kind of like signposting. I feel like I've been pretty obvious in this. Like maybe I haven't been obvious enough to the village. Like I have been trying to sort of like see how I can change things up without like actively making myself a target, because I generally don't get too far in a game, but I seem to be going the opposite direction and making myself a target for suspicion. So like it sucks because like I am enjoying the game, but at the same time I can totally understand that like when you change your style a bit, you're going to die a couple of times.
Okay. Any other questions for Flick? If not, we go to the vote. 3, 2, 1, vote. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down, which is enough. You take Flick to the chopping block, hit her head off, and she was a werewolf. Everyone, please go to sleep. That was about time that the village finds another wolf. Can I have the bodyguards? Bodyguards. Would you like to charge or would you like to protect someone? So please give me a name/names. Thank you. Please go to sleep. Werewolves, wake up. Who would you like to kill? Okie dokie. Go to sleep. Sia, please wake up. Pickety pick. This is your sign. Please go to sleep. Spellcaster. Who would you like to spellcast? Okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice short sleep. And now everyone wakes up. Apart from Lucas, who woke up his poor girlfriend who ate him at night. And spellcasted was Jesse.
Okay, so can we talk about Jesse a little bit? I couldn't talk last day, so for me it's pretty obvious. Don't you guys agree? If you're the fool,
potentially.
If you're the fool, you wouldn't say what he said in his defense. You say that if you're the tough wolf, because you want to look like the fool. If you're the fool, you don't need to look like the fool because you know that you can't get killed anyway, so you don't worry about the vote. He was worried about the vote. He didn't want to die. He didn't want to get voted out. That's why he said that. That was his motivation for coming up with that speech. And the only reason he would do that if he's the tough wolf. So he must be the tough wolf in my book.
Yeah, I agree.
We should take his out of life and get rid of him.
I think Jesse's a wolf, and I'm also like 100% sure Brandon's a wolf.
I have a clarification. So with tough wolf, when you kill a tough wolf, how long do they survive afterwards?
Until you kill him the second time.
You have to kill them a second time?
Yeah, they just have a second life, like Super Mario life. Yeah.
Okay, so, it's like a baby dragon, kind of.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, all right.
Alex, I agree with you.
So I have to say, because as I said earlier, I saw it as two camps pretty much. So if you trusted Flick, which I did initially, and then I was against Josh. But now Josh is good. Flick was bad. That means Jesse is definitely a werewolf as well. So Jesse... I'm also thinking Sonia a little bit. Sonia could be a werewolf.
That is not...
Why does Flick being bad make Jesse a werewolf? Like, I don't understand this.
It's from my mind. It's my brain working.
Why am I
don't care about
suspicious, Joseph?
A little bit from a few times. You've been like seconding people. You've been doing things that have ticked my red flag.
So I'm not trying. I'm trying not to play quiet. I think the only vote that I was like not very well on was Josh's in the beginning. So everything else that I've been with it. I suspected, I didn't say anything, but I suspected Davey and I suspected Flick. I told you, Victoria. I trusted Alex. I didn't Josh until he just came out. So
No,
I think I've been pretty
no,
open.
I think we should kill Jesse 100%.
Alex, do you trust Joseph?
Wait, don't you agree,
Well, I
Brandon?
trust
Brandon's...
Joseph.
Well,
I'm not
No, Alex.
Can we let Brandon talk?
I trust Joseph more than I trust you.
Can we let Brandon talk? He's trying to say something.
Yeah. So, Alex, I was just going to say, Alex, why do you distrust me all of a sudden? Or why have you distrusted me and just came out with it now?
A number of things that I've noticed you do over the course of the game. I can't really like my mind doesn't really keep track of information that way. I just pick up on it and like make notes of it. So it's just a lot of little check boxes and like the way that you switched on people, the way that you switched on Josh, stuff like that.
And me.
Okay.
But you could be the werewolf hunter too, Brandon.
Well, the hunter's already gone.
Already killed the werewolf hunter.
The hunter's already gone.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. We already killed the werewolf hunter.
We still have a cub though, so the cub would probably want to die unless the cub was no. Well, Flick could have been a cub, and the bodyguard could have protected one of the kills, I guess.
Jerry.
Jerry.
I just want to. Sorry, you just disappeared.
Alex.
Okay, so just something I've just picked up just in that last sort of back and forward and stuff. Joseph was asking Sonia a couple of questions, and both times Brandon tried to talk over Joseph to deflect the conversation away. And then the other one, I've actually trying to keep better notes and stuff. So when Sonia said that she has said throughout the time people she's suspicious of, at no point have I written down any people she's suspicious of. So like I've actually been writing like every time someone goes, I'm suspicious of so-and-so, I think so-and-so suspicious. I haven't written any of Sonia's suspicions down at all, so I really think that we may be onto something with Brandon and Sonia here. I may be wrong, but
and Jesse.
Let me answer to that. Let me answer to that. So I did not come out with Davey until after he died, but I was suspicious of him. Why am I going to say that first day? I just thought so. The only one I really made it clear was Victoria, and just now with Alex when he said Brandon. And I did say Chris, but I wasn't sure about her, and I said Josh. But otherwise, I have been quiet about it because I'm not a seer, I'm not any big role, and so I have no information, and that has gotten me killed. So
I kind of want to say two things. One, I think just in general, Brandon, your mic is a little bit soft, and so whenever you start talking, like it's hard to kind of hear you at first. So I think that I know you're trying to talk, and you're probably feeling like people are talking over you. It's just it's hard to hear you, at least on my end. And two, I'm confused why we haven't gotten back and mentioned Victoria as well. I thought Caitlin was sincere. Lucas made the good point that if you thought Caitlin was sincere, she called out Victoria. So I wanted, and the reason why I silenced Jesse today is so that way we could at least hear Victoria give a defense within a nomination. So I know there's good reads by going back and forth here, but that's what I wanted to say. Joseph.
Yeah, the way I see it, I'm looking at 5 cleared people in my mind. I never seen Jerry this serious in a game, which makes me believe 100% Jerry's good, no question. I never seen Alex outdoors before, which makes me trust him as well. And Jerry, and I think I know what role Chris R is. Jesse is the tough wolf. Chris A is good, I think. So I think Jesse is the tough wolf. I think Sonia might be the cub, or maybe Victoria, because Victoria tried to get herself killed earlier when she was doing weird stuff like nominating and not giving in. That could be the cub.
I'll nominate Victoria.
Nomination for Victoria. And there
At
were
what point?
seconds. I think I saw Sonia as the first. I'm very sorry, Joseph. Alex, why did he nominate Victoria?
Been a lot of suspicion on her, and like I said the last day, Jesse or Josh, Victoria or Josh, and I believe Josh now.
Okay, Sonia, why did you?
I feel like I'm just picking up on things today. Half the the time I don't, but today I am. So I just think Victoria is a.
Okay, Victoria, your defense.
I don't know if anybody noticed, but I was the first one to say Flick's name. Pretty sure. I think that we should go after Jesse and see if he's actually a tough wolf. Like, I don't really have anything else to say. I am suspicious of Brandon. I was suspicious of Sonia, but I'm much more suspicious of Jesse and Brandon right now. And I don't want us to forget about Chris R. I also don't want us to forget about Chris A, because I don't think I've heard Chris A say anything for the last 2 days. But I'm not suspicious of Chris A. I just haven't really heard him talk.
Okay.
But I also don't know if I can be suspicious of him, because he does, like, if he's not talking, how would I know?
Any questions for Victoria? Alex?
You know that Jesse's spellcast today, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No sympathy for wolves.
Yeah,
I mean,
Brandon.
we were about to kill Jesse, so I don't think it really matters if he has more to say at this point, because we were about to kill him before, so.
Fair point.
Okay. 3 times the charm. Brandon.
Okay, yeah. So after I came out as Hunter, why do you think, what reasons are you still suspicious of me, I guess?
Wait, did you come out as Hunter?
Yes.
Okay.
Joseph.
Victoria, do you think that if there's another real Hunter in here, they should counterclaim Brandon right now?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Any questions for Victoria? If not, we're going to vote. First vote of the day. On Victoria. Up to save, down to kill. In 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's enough. You kill little poor Victoria, who turns out to be a villager. Everyone, please go to sleep. Poor Victoria. I'm so sorry. Can I have my bodyguard, please? You know the drill, charging or protecting. Show me some names if you want to protect. Thank you. Please go to sleep. Werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like to munch on? Oh. Okay. Thank you, Arch. Go to sleep. Sia, who would you like to look at tonight? Through the windows while they sleep, you creep. Please go back to sleep. Thank you very much. Spellcaster, who would you like to silence-ish today? Okie dokes. And everyone can wake up. Apart from Jerry, who has been eaten at night. She was maybe a little bit too concentrated on the game. And Josh was spellcasted. And
I was going to ask you a question, Josh. No, you can't answer. You can answer with thumbs. So, if you're the spellcaster, why did you spellcast Jesse, who you suspected to be a werewolf? Because then he would stay alive. Because people are like, oh, we can't nominate him because he can't defend himself. Like, you can't answer this question, so I'll give you some options. So, thumbs up mean.
It doesn't matter. He's a villager, so like I don't. It's not really a good reason.
You're not. I'm not listening to you, Jesse. You're a werewolf.
He thinks there's 2 werewolves left.
Oh, okay. Okay, I will say something else. If Jesse is not a werewolf, why is he still here? Why didn't they kill?
Who else could be? Who could? Why? And what reason could he be a fool instead of a tough wolf?
But no reason. No reason.
No
They would have
reason.
killed him.
What?
They would have killed him. There's
Okay.
no
Well,
reason.
then because I look suspicious.
No, there's no reason. You have to be the tough wolf, Jesse. There's no way around it.
Okay.
I'm
Well, I'll
nominating
nominate
I mean,
Jesse
you-
and we can hear
Hey,
him speak.
it's my nomination. Come on, guys. I need a point.
There's a nomination and a second. Can you explain yourself?
I mean,
Jesse's the tough wolf. I got to make up for my nomination of Victoria in points.
Fair enough. Please, why did you second? I think it was Sonia.
Oh, yeah. I think Jesse's the tough wolf.
Okay. Jesse, are you the tough wolf?
Can I? So no, I'm not the tough wolf. No matter what happens when you vote down, if there are more down votes than up votes, we go to sleep, right? So if there are only 2 werewolves left, then we will be okay, even with a tough wolf. But if there are 3 werewolves left with a tough wolf, I think we're going to lose the game. So you should not vote me out. At least maybe make the day go longer. But it's going to be a waste of the day. And I think you're going to put the village in danger of losing. So that's all I have to say.
Any questions for Jesse? Sonia.
Jesse, if it's not you, then who do you think the werewolf is left? Or will?
Well, I have no idea. I mean, I'm like a little bit suspicious because Joseph's been driving the conversation the whole game. People were suspicious of him in the beginning. And now all of a sudden, everyone just agrees with him despite a possible seer check on Joseph. But that's, I guess, would be my main suspicion now.
Okay. Any other question? If
Okay.
not,
A quick one. If we give you more time to think, can you come up with more suspicions?
I mean, I could watch what happens throughout the day.
That's not. I don't know. I don't want to give him no more time.
okay, let's vote on giving Jesse some more time. Voting up for yes, we want the boy have some more time to think. Voting down on no, if he hasn't figured it out by yet, he can go home. In 3, 2, 1, go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry, Jesse. They think you had enough time to break your brain. They sent you home, and this time you do die. As that werewolf, please everyone go to sleep. Whew. Short day. Bodyguards. What do you make of this? Will you protect someone or charge? Thank you. Just go to sleep. Werewolf or werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like to kill? If you take so long to think, you might be sent home with Jesse. This village doesn't like thinking. Can you please wake up again and give me the name? Thank you. Please go to sleep. Can I have my seer? Seer, please wake up. This is your sign. Please go back to sleep. Spellcaster. Want to make use of your spell casting? . Thank you. And with this, everyone can please wake up. Apart from Brandon. Brandon has been killed during the night, but he is not going without a fight. Brandon, who would you like to take with you? Nobody say anything, make any moves.
Sonya.
Sonya goes with Brandon. So these two are dead. Nobody is spellcasted today, and the day begins.
Sonya was the villager?
Sonya was a villager.
Okay, so I think I might have been wrong this whole time, which I've been all game. So Chris A, wouldn't you agree that since you're the wolf cub, it would have been better if you died earlier, and now you're the last wolf?
I'm not a wolf.
I don't think he's a wolf.
It's one of the Chris's.
I think it's Chris R.
Or maybe.
So I'm actually thinking that Alex could be the fool. Or the fool might have died at night.
You mean on the roll list?
Oh yeah, the roll list, not just in general.
I never suspected Alex, but the process of elimination.
It's not Alex.
Oh, are you sure?
So I was trusting Chris R up until she just made that comment.
Yeah, and I thought she was the fool, like, because I was thinking, why did she look so happy at start? And I don't want to get into like you can't look happy. Of course you can, you know, but you really looked happy at the beginning of the game, like extremely happy. And I was thinking maybe that's because you're the fool and you know you can't die, and thought that was pretty funny. And so I've been playing out of the assumption that you're the fool the whole game, basically, and that would mean you're not a werewolf. But then the only one left is the wolf cub, because we killed the tough wolf, we killed the hunter, we killed Flick, who was a normal werewolf, obviously, or unless she was the cub and the bodyguard protected. But I don't think we have a bodyguard at this stage. Do we have a bodyguard in here? Do we have a seer? No,
I don't think so.
No, but they should come out in that. You know, if you're the bodyguard, come out.
By the way, you can nominate without seconds from now on.
Of course you are, Alex. But
on night 8, I checked Chris and found she's
nice. So let me ask you. So the spellcaster doesn't have to act. Is that the case, Andreas? That's a moderator question.
Sorry.
Doesn't the spellcaster have to use his power?
The spellcaster has to use the powers.
So
yeah,
why?
I chose Brandon because I did want to like.
Yeah, I was just started thinking it's Josh lying, but that doesn't make sense. Because someone would have counterclaimed you, Josh, when you came out.
No, I actually did ask. That's why it took a little bit longer last night if I had to. So,
but we have this in the bank, right? Because the tough wolf is dead. So if we kill one of the Chris's, we kill one of the Chris's, and if we're wrong, we still have one more.
Can I?
I'll nominate Chris R.
Let her talk. Let her talk.
Chris R is nominated. I'm very sorry. So,
Come on,
Alex, why did you nominate Chris?
There hasn't been a second.
There doesn't have to be a second and 5.
No, there don't have to be seconds now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Process of elimination. I believe Josh's claim. Joseph has been helpful to the village the entire game. I don't think that he's the wolf. I do not get werewolf vibes from Chris A, and I usually do when he's a werewolf. And Chris R, there's been a lot of suspicion on her, and I know it's not me, obviously. So I'm 99% sure that it's Chris R at this point.
Okay, Chris R, please, your defense.
I wanted to ask Josh why my comment made him suspicious. I'm not sure if he meant the Alex comment or if he meant something different. I don't remember what he meant, so I can't really comment on that right now, sadly. But with Alex, I can never read Alex, and I thought he was good. And now it's also a process of elimination thing that I think he might not be good. I never really trust my gut feeling about Alex, so and I think Alex is not easily readable, so I'm not sure why this would make me suspicious to say maybe it's him. I'm not sure about Joseph. I don't have high suspicions on him, but process of elimination thing. Chris A, he hasn't said much, so I'm not sure between all three. I trust Josh, of course, but all three, I don't have a clear favorite of those three. They could all play some game. Alex. Oh, Andrew was asking. Sorry.
Yeah, Alex asked.
Yeah, so didn't you just say that it was me by a process of elimination, and now you're saying that you don't trust anybody else but Josh?
No, it's a process of elimination is I trust Josh, I trust me, obviously, and then there are three other people. And my first thought is if there are a bunch of people and somebody has to be a wolf, and I don't have any really hard readings, then I am always inclined to be suspicious of you first because I can't read you at all. And I'm so often wrong about you, and I thought the whole time you were good. And so you were the first one popping to my mind, but I'm don't have strong reads on anybody besides this. I'm often wrong on Alex, and this is a time where I'm wrong on Alex probably again. But it could be Joseph, it could be Chris. I'm just sure it's not Josh.
Okay. Joseph?
Okay, so Chris, would you agree that the people that mostly, for like day after day after day, went after Jesse was me and Alex? And we finally got him killed, and he was a wolf and all that. Well, Josh was in there as well, but Josh is cleared anyway, so we don't need to talk about Josh. Also, would you agree that Chris A hasn't said more like he has said fewer sentences in the whole game than he was allowed to, even if he had been silenced the whole game? Which kind of annoys me, because if he's the werewolf, then I don't like people winning because they just keep silence the whole game and then they just win in the end.
Was the first question? Oh yeah, Jesse. I mean, when you first when at the point he lost his first life, if you one of you as a wolf, you didn't really have an option other than to go for him. And before that, throwing a wolf under the bus is a common tactic. So saying I went after this wolf, so I cannot be a wolf, is a really weak thing to say. Actually, I think. Alec. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Alex.
So, Chris, would you agree with me that you're one of the few people who likes to kind of play off me in the end game, and that you would probably keep me alive for that purpose until now?
No, I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't say I play off of you. The thing is more that I'm so often suspicious of you that if I'm a wolf, yes, I sometimes throw sus on you, but but I'm not. It's not like I'm planning to keep you alive to do that. That would complicate things for me, kinda.
Okay. Last question, Josh.
If we vote to kill you, do you think it's game over for the village?
Do we think we have 2 wolves left? How many wolves did we? Wait, let me do the math. If there are 2 wolves left, then maybe not. Like there's a wolf cup still, the game. At this point, it would be detrimental to kill a villager, but it would maybe not necessarily be game over for the village. Like, I guess even if you kill a villager at this point, you might have a chance to win. But the wolves, yeah, I think it wouldn't necessarily be over for the village, but it could be. So it wouldn't be a good idea to vote me out.
Okay. With that, we vote on Chris R. Up to save, down to kill. First vote of the day in 3, 2, 1, go. That's enough. And you take Chris, give her a big old kick in the butt, and she was a werewolf. Please, everyone, go to sleep. Whew. Bodyguard. What are you gonna do? Thank you. Please go to sleep. Werewolves, please wake up. What are you going to do? Thank you. Can I have my seer, please? This is your sign. Thank you much. Spellcaster. Who would you like to spellcast? Okay. Thank you very much. Everyone can wake up. Josh got spellcasted, which doesn't have a big effect because he was also eaten during the night. And so was Alex. And with that, congratulations to the werewolves. That's the game.
Okay, so
I don't think just losing the game loses you, Elo.
So we had one werewolf who said 2 sentences in the whole game. That's great.
I will go through all the roles before we start discussing. So Brandon was the hunter. We saw that much. Eugen was the seer who died during the first night. I think Flick found him out and wanted him dead. The bodyguard was Elliot, who the village chose to kill on the first day. So you lost your bodyguard and your seer during the first day. Well done, village. But after that, it got much closer than I would have thought. The crazy man Graham got his kill off. Well done with that. There was Caitlin, the village fool. We had Josh, the spellcaster. We know that much. We had Flick and Chris A as normal wolves. Jesse was the tough wolf. Davey the wolf hunter. And the wolf cub Chris R. So in the end, you had the chance between the Chris's, and unfortunately, you chose the wrong Chris.
Why did the game not end on the last day if we had 3 werewolves and 2 villagers?
Because you only had 2 werewolves and 3 villagers.
2, both Chris.
We killed Chris. We killed Chris R.
No, it was both Chris's.
Yeah, but we killed Chris R.
She's the wolf cub.
Because Chris gets the kill.
She was the wolf cub. Okay.
Yeah, and that's why Alex and Josh got killed, and then you ended up with him alone.
Yeah.
So sad to watch.
It was sad because, at that point, we couldn't win, right?
Oh yes, if you would have killed Chris A,
you killed me first.
And would have killed one else, and then you would have killed Chris R, then you would have won the game.
No, but when we were 5, if we kill Chris A, then they get 2 kills. No, they get 1 kill at night, and then we have to kill. We have to kill Chris R last.
Yeah, 2 against 1 on the last day.
Flick, did you see me writing?
At the end. I was alive at the end. That's cool.
I thought I'd leave you alive, Joseph. Try and get you some.
Yeah, that's nice.
Well, we genuinely couldn't know who was the wolf cub in that situation.
No, you lost the game before that.
I knew you were good, Alex, but I must say, Chris A, no offense to you, I know you play this way, but from now on, I'm just gonna if you're silenced for 3 days, I'm just gonna kill you. There's no way I'm gonna let a werewolf.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt anyone. I was like, I've got no reason to interrupt.
You won, so you did good. But I mean, it's annoying. We sit here and try to deduce, and then someone's just quiet the whole game.
Yeah, but if Chris is good, he talks. If he doesn't talk, then he's
He's
usually
not that quiet when he's good.
Jugan's been trying to speak for ages.
I just want to ask Flick if she saw me writing, because I checked her first and I got a wolf. Almost came out first day, but I was like, I might can make it one night.
What a fool you are,
You don't have to come out day 1, even if you find a wolf. That's great.
Yeah, but it was Flick. She's a wolf, and she's good at reading people. I don't know if she saw me writing or not.
No, it was more the back and forth. Hang on, let me check my notes here specifically to say what I wrote down. Eugen was conscious that Joseph seemed to want people to come out, so roll ? He nominated Joseph to maybe protect himself and deflect. And so, I was thinking, who can I put down for a first thing? And I felt a bit bad because I hadn't seen you in the game for a while. But then I was I'm on the wolf team, so that's enough for a first night guess. So, I mean, it worked out okay for us, but it just literally...
I just have to ask everyone.
We killed the bodyguard and the seer first.
Guys, can't we just all agree that if you are the seer, whoever you are, or you have a role, so you know you died in the night, don't turn your camera off right away. Just do a little theater, wait until the moderator says it, because it kind of ruins
what the moderator, no offense to Andreas, But I noticed like Joseph and other moderators have
I
started.
pretend like they can still check.
Yeah, like they don't write dead. They just let them do
because
their
it kind of
thing.
ruins. It kind of gives it away.
Right.
I do that, but if I've done that in the legacy games, and then people was, "Oh my god, he was so mean. Let me do the last check."
Well, it's better for the
you
game.
can't make anyone happy.
And you can't, Andreas? You actually can't?
So you should have it. You should have it bodyguard, seer, then wolves. So seer still gets their check. They don't know they're dead yet.
Yeah,
Or we
but as
can
long
just, or we can just take it up
whatever.
on ourselves. Like if I'm the seer and I know, okay, I'm dead, then I'm gonna sit around, just wait a few seconds before I turn my camera off, so I don't give anything away.
I'm actually surprised Andreas cares about feedback.
You guys didn't listen to my dying words.
No, we didn't.
Were they?
Sorry, Victoria.
They were that we should go after Jesse and Chris, and that we should ask
it was already
questions.
I really thought Brandon was going to shoot Chris R because she's the only one that voted up.
Standing at the crossroads between a life